Hello! So in this video, I'm going to be talking about, in my opinion, what are the best fragrance bottles or prettiest fragrance bottles. And with a little twist, I'm going to be talking about a couple of perfumes in that line of bottles, if that makes sense, that are on my wish list. Some of them I've tried before, some of them I think I would like based on the notes and reviews. So let's get started. So the first one on my list are the Maison Martin Margiela replica line. I just did a video about these, and the two on my wish list are By the Fireplace, which is like a very realistic, smoky, vanilla, roasted nuts type of fragrance. Very, very nice. I have a 10 ml of it, but of course, when I'm talking about the bottle, I'm talking about the 100 ml, very pretty, pharmacy-esque bottle. And the second one on my wish list is Jazz Club, which is pretty surprising considering I did not like it very much the first time I tried it, but my nose has changed. And okay, and that's kind of like a tobacco vanilla-y fragrance, and it was just really nice. And both are super unisex. I would love to smell it on myself or my boyfriend. So the second one on this list for bottles is Viktor and Rolf, the Magic Collection. I know some people think these bottles are pretty cheap considering there's air bubbles inside the glass. I know that was intentional, but some people think that's cheap. And honestly, I'm not too big of a critic, if that makes sense, when it comes to that. Like, it looks nice for me, and all perfumes are going to be, you know, marked up for whatever their materials is, right? So anyways, both of these on my wish list I have not sampled, just because my Sephora did not have this collection, and they're also not letting you have decants and stuff. But I have hair in my mouth. The first one on my wish list is Dancing Roses, which is said to be a lychee, rose, and cherry fragrance, more of like a cherry liqueur version of Delina Exclusive. I will say I have not tried Delina Exclusive. I have tried Delina on a couple occasions, and I have a decant of it, and I've tried First Kiss, and I'll say they smell the same, but that's not what this video is about. And I'm very curious to what Dancing Roses smells like, just because I'm not a huge fan of cherry fragrances. I tried the popped cherry or whatever cherry from Tom Ford, and I just, honestly, I could not stand it. It literally smells like the cherry they put on like Sonic ice cream. I don't know, it just smells really cheap to me. But anyways, I'm curious as to what this smells like. And then next on my list is Salty Flower, which is basically a beach walk, Soleil Blanc type fragrance. And I don't know if I would shell my money out on it, knowing that there are so many similar fragrances out there. But I do like that type of vibe. And if I had to choose and I had to spend money on the Magic Collection, those would be the two that I would pick. So the next on my list is Maison Lancôme line, and these bottles are gorgeous. And unpopular opinion, or I guess controversial opinion, I think the newer bottles are prettier than the older bottles. Is it just me? Of course, number one on my wish list is Oud Bouquet. I didn't know if I was gonna like this because people say like, oh, it's not a blind buy worthy, it's not blind buy worthy, it's like, it's not for the faint of heart. And honestly, I think it's very, very nice. And sure, it's leaning more, you know, unisex, and it's not the typical sweet fragrance, but I don't think it's that crazy of like a leap for a normal person to get. I don't think you need to be a frag head or something to get Oud Bouquet. It was surprisingly really nice. I was expecting to be horrified about how, I don't know, divisive it was, but honestly, it was just really, really nice. And everybody knows what that is. I already like talked too much about it. So anyways, the next one is Roses Barbaranza, which is getting a little bit popular on YouTube now too. And I will say, I'm just gonna toot my own horn. I feel like a lot of the things on my wish list that I made like a year ago are getting popular on YouTube now. So I should have started YouTube like a year ago, and then people would see that my predictions / wish list was like, whatever. This, all jokes. The next one is Roses Barbaranza. I don't know if I already said that, and that has notes of woody rose, raspberry, and honey. I've never smelled this one. I smelled a bunch of other Maison Lancôme line, but they, at the Nordstrom I was at, did not happen to have this one. I'm curious as to what this smells like. Into woody notes, Rose, obviously, if it's done right, I love that. And yeah, not into super heavy honey, but honey done right or done lightly, chef's kiss, you know? So the next one on my list is the Tom Ford Private Collection, specifically the 50 ml bottles, not the 100 ml bottles. Hot take, I think the 100 ml bottles look fat and cheap. Sorry, I said it. And the two on my list are Eau de Soleil Blanc, so the EDT, not the EDP that I always talk about, and Plum Japanese, whatever. So the sole reason I say the EDT instead of the EDP for Soleil Blanc or Eau de Soleil Blanc is because I think the frosted glass looks prettier. In reality, if I had the money to shell out on Tom Ford, I'd probably get the Soleil Blanc over the Eau de Soleil Blanc. But for this list, the EDT is prettier. My opinion, don't come for me. And Plum Japanese is discontinued. I've never smelled it before, but I'm curious. It's saffron, plum, and wood. And this one comes, I think I've seen it both in like a matte black bottle and then also like a glass, like dark muted purple bottle, unless I'm like crazy and remembering wrong. But I like plum and fragrances. I obviously like woody notes. I'm not sure how Tom Ford does oud or woody notes because I steer clear of those. I should have tried them out though. My bad. But yeah, super curious. The next on my list is more of a cheapie, but I mean people call it a cheapie, but it's just like regular perfume price. It's Swiss Arabian. And the two are Casablanca and Florence. These have the same bottle. These are just the two that I'm interested in. Casablanca is getting super popular on YouTube. I say it's getting, but it's been popular on YouTube for a couple of months now. But I swear I made this list like a year ago. But just more evidence, right? So that's supposed to be an apple juice oud fragrance. And I love apple in fragrance, especially in body care and stuff. I haven't really had a pure apple like perfume yet. And I'm really warming up to oud, so I would love to try that. Florence is supposed to be a vanilla, sweet, and woody perfume. And I think according to Sierra Mays, the woody is an oud. It's just like a calmer oud. And I think I would like that too, because I like vanilla and I like sweet. And the next on my list is Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle. And this one, totally, like, I was not on the hype train, or I was not ahead of the hype train. I got on the hype train because of YouTube. And this one has notes of pear, vetiver, and vanilla, and I love pear, love vanilla. Vetiver can be, I mean, it is pretty masculine in my opinion, but I just want to see how it is. I haven't been able to try this out or sample it or anything. And the second from the Jean Paul Gaultier little lady line is Classique Essence. This is also getting popular recently on YouTube, like the past 2 or 3 months. And I swear I was on this train before. And this is like an orange blossom heavy version of the original Classique. Yeah, I just think the bottle is really nice and the juice is very pretty. The next one I actually already have in my collection. It's a celebrity perfume. It's called Fancy by Jessica Simpson, and specifically the original Fancy. I don't think the flankers look pretty in their bottles. Like the Fancy Love it just looks cheap. Sorry. Fancy Night, like why is it green? Yeah, but I have like a 7.5 ml like mini, but what I like about the Fancy minis is that they actually spray. It's amazing. And I think I would like the 50 or 100 ml bottles. They look really nice. I think the 50 ml bottle looks better, like proportion wise, but it's so cheap I'd probably go for the bigger size anyway. And the last on my list is also a celebrity fragrance, and they are the two from Sofia Vergara, Sophia and Love. These were also a YouTube hype thing. I don't know what my hair is doing, but it's like also a YouTube hype thing. Sophia is the darker one. No, Sophia is the lighter bottled one. It's like the clear bottle one. And that's been compared to Coco Mademoiselle. And Love is the darker ombre black bottle one. And that has been compared to YSL Black Opium. I will say it's been like probably at least 2 years since I've sampled either of the original like Chanel or YSL fragrance that these are supposed to be similar to. And I don't remember liking it that much. Like, they didn't smell bad, but I didn't know if I wanted to shell out that much money for something like that. So the fact that these perfumes have a good lasting power and smell like those expensive perfumes, and they exist and they have a cute bottle, helps. I think that the bottles are super classy and they remind me of the classiness of Chanel perfumes. I will say the YSL Black Opium perfume bottle, like, whose idea was this? That's tacky AF. I know, unpopular opinion, people think it's cute, but I said what I said and I meant what I said. So thanks for watching my video. I know it's a little bit longer. Well, it's not even the longest video I've made, but it's a little different. It's like the bottles I think are pretty, plus a wish list. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you have any of these and if they smell good, because I know a lot of these I wasn't able to sample before adding it to the list, if that makes sense. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.